What's up, everyone? This is John, and this is an update with eXoDOS. I want to show you some really cool games. Shout out to my good friend Kurt, aka Hubert Addict1 here on YouTube. I'll put information here, which you can link to his channel as well. And eXoDOS, there's tons of games. I literally have almost 9,000 games that were either games, programs, learning programs for Windows or DOS back in the 90s. And some of these really bring back a lot of good memories. Now, I don't have time to go through every single game or program because there's over 9,000, but I'm going to start with one here. We'll do ScumpVM. These are all the point-and-click classic games from Sierra Online or LucasArts, for example. And one in particular, one really stood out to me, this is Dagger of Amon Ra. This is a classic Sierra game. Came out in 1991, very early in the 90s. A point-and-click. What's really cool, you can choose your own version. I can do CD version, floppy. I'll do floppy drive. You can choose your sound card. I'll do sound blaster so you can hear the music and differences. We're going to start with the floppy with sound blaster. See what it sounds like, guys. I love the classic sound blaster sound. It's definitely amazing. And Laura Bow, this is, I believe, the sequel of this. This was created by the same person that created the King's Quest series for Sierra, and this is one of my favorite point-and-click games. Kind of an overlooked one. The graphics are amazing. It's all hand-painted, hand-drawn, taking place in the kind of 1920s, 30s era in Louisiana. It's a murder mystery game as well. So this, because it's on the floppy, there is no audio. There's no like talking or voice work, right? But let's check out the CD version of the game and do the more enhanced sound. I believe the enhanced sound really makes a big difference. Check it out. Right away, you can tell the sound makes a huge difference, and just the presentation, the feel for the game. I believe Sierra now is owned by EA. I might be wrong on that, but it got purchased by another company. They're no longer around in its own form. Okay, it's going to take a moment to load the game because it's got to load all the audio and all that good stuff, but let's get to it here in 1 second. Here it loads.
Laura Baines, right?
Laura Baines.
Right away you can tell the voice work and the voice audio, and this is like an early game where they actually had voice actors in video games, to my recollection, so none of the home consoles at the time in the 91 could really handle this. I guess maybe some of the CD games for like the Sega Genesis, etc. But man, this game was never ported to any of the home consoles. And just look at the hand-painted backgrounds. It's an amazing game. Laura Bow, Dagger of Amon Ra. Definitely check it out. Must play, in my opinion, for PC. We're going to move on to some other games on Windows. We're going to check out Seventh Guest. This game used to freak the hell out of me. We're going to check out the CD version, the DOS version. You can choose between DOS, Windows, or iOS, the new one, which is cool. And we'll do the lesser sound, the normal sound.
Welcome to my...
This game is also kind of a murder mystery type game, but really good use of the full motion video with real actors in the game. And when this game came out, I was probably 10, 12 years old, and my older brother would play this game. And I'll be honest, this game, Seventh Guest, freaked me out. There is a follow-up to this called 11th Hour, and there's actually a fan-made one. It's available on Steam called 13th Doll, and they've done it in the very same style as this. And what's cool about this game, if you never played Seventh Guest, it's a bunch of like puzzles and very cool. And there's actually a couple years ago, a year ago, so they released a VR version of Seventh Guest, recreate the game in VR. Sound certainly isn't bad because this is playing on a CD. You definitely get the CD quality audio, you get the orchestra. I love that here it shows later on that the music is done by the Fat Guy or something like that. That says what he put his name on, the person who did the music for this. The Fat Man, the musical score. I love that. So random. But yeah, this is one of the early games that really revolutionized the full motion video in video games. This guy's voice is extremely creepy.
Moving from town to town, robbing a gas station here, a grocery store there, until one night.
Really, really well done. Great presentation. Now we're going to check out the enhanced audio here. Same part as before.
He was a drifter.
You can tell right away the audio orchestra is different. It's the same song, just enhanced video or audio, and it does make a big difference. Next game we're going to check out is one of my favorite point-and-click games in the 90s by LucasArts, and that is Day of the Tentacle. It came out, and they just did a remake of this years ago. They enhanced the graphics and stuff, but this is done on the floppy version of it. The audio really isn't too bad, to be honest with you. Sequel to Maniac Mansion, also by LucasArts. Another mystery game. So you can tell I have a knack for these mystery games, murder mystery games. I love these tentacles here. Animation's so well done.
I'm thirsty.
Now let's check out the enhanced version of this game. Let's check out the difference. It's subtle, but you can definitely hear it. And also in this part right here, you can hear like the birds chirping a little bit more clear. Video, it's the same. Audio, slightly enhanced. Okay, you can check out some of the games for Windows. Classic Windows, 95, 93 time frame. And they're all alphabetical. You can do kind of search for them by title. You can search by publisher, when they were released, etc. And some of them have cover art, as you can see here, and some of them don't. But this is really preserving a lot of history, because some of these programs were classic learning programs that myself and many kids in the 90s grew up playing. And you can kind of just see here briefly kind of what different programs were. You know, chess, for example, Clue. Even some Sierra games here as well. Some Disney programs. Let's go search for one. And this is one I wanted to point out. This is a game, classic one, SimAnt for Windows. And it recreates the Windows, which is awesome, the whole Windows programming. And this is by the same company, Maxis, who did SimCity. And you basically play as an ant. And this is a very challenging game. I remember playing this as a kid, and there's a queen ant, and you go to battle with these black ants. You gotta collect food, give it to the queen. Queen will make more ants. And then you can colonize, and you build more tunnels, and you gotta watch out for spiders. It's pretty advanced. It's a really fun game, but you can see here, it's windowed, hence why it's called Windows. And you can kind of move these around, and even when you exit the game, you exit to classic Windows from in the 90s, 93 Windows, which brings back a ton of just fond memories growing up. Speaking of SimCity, I just wanted to show you SimCity 2000. This is the one follow-up to the classic SimCity that came in. Also was ported to the Super Nintendo. There was a version for the NES. Never officially came out, but SimCity 2000 was this huge step up from SimCity. And I remember spending hours as a kid building these cities, worrying about natural disasters, worrying about taxes, and just running a city, building enough homes and residential, industrial, all that good stuff, parks, police, you name it. It's like running the city. You're the mayor. So really fun. Highly recommend checking out SimCity 2000. And this is a really cool educational program. This is called Encarta. 95, there was Encarta as well. I believe the first one came out in like 92, maybe 91 time. And this is pre-internet, guys. So this is what we would use for like encyclopedia, essentially. So when I was doing research things in school, this is what I use. There's video bits. You search. It's just a huge encyclopedia of just stuff going on, whether it's music videos or news of the world. And this is pre-internet. And this is what we did back in the pre-internet. So everything's alphabetical. And I remember spending a lot of time. My dad would spend a lot of time. My older brothers, and they were in junior high school at the time. and they would research on Encarta. This is a pretty advanced, I believe it was a Windows program created by Microsoft, and you can see here there's different bits and things like that, but pretty advanced and, you know, kind of the predecessor to the internet that we saw. Here's another learning program. This is Reader Rabbit 2 for the CD, and I remember playing the original Reader Rabbit and as a kid growing up, and this one, this game right here just throws back so many fun memories as a kid playing Reader Rabbit. And I remember playing Oregon Trail and some classic games for the PC, and this is one of the games I remember playing. And this, got to put my name, of course, and first game I'm going to show you is like a matching game, so there's like mini games within it. It kind of keeps you learn, and it's pretty advanced because, you know, Reader Rabbit was talking to you this time for the CD. This is a Carrot Patch. You got to match the different, like, opposites in this case of the words.
Opposites. Find words that are opposites.
Pretty fun as a kid playing Reader Rabbit.
Out. Now you try. If you ever need a hint, small. Stop.
Kind of memory game here.
Cold. Hot.
All right, some more DOS games. I have over 7,000 here in this particular folder for DOS games, and all different games, from, again, games to programs, various types like that, all alphabetical. And I could spend hours going through and showing every single game, but I won't. But if you have a particular game you want to see, let me know. I can maybe do a follow-up video for you guys. Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty cool program. eXoDOS is cool. It's cool that people have taken the moment to save and preserve these programs that aren't available anymore. And to me, these are history. These are an important part of history. And I'm not the only one, obviously, who've played these games. These are important to many people in the history. I'm going to show you one last game, of course. And this game, I remember this game was ported to various home consoles. You might recognize it. It's called Lost Vikings, and a really fun interplay game. You can control 4 different Vikings. They all have different abilities and weapons, etc. One has a shield. This guy has a bow and arrow, and you gotta make sure you don't die, which I did. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I appreciate you guys subscribing. Let me know what you guys think. Leave a comment below what other games, programs you recommend, or do you remember as a kid. Thanks, guys. We'll see you guys soon. Take care, and of course, game on.